Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a super simple but really effective method that's all about boosting your English speaking skills.
So, let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like you want to speak English with way more confidence, and sound a little more, natural? If you're nodding your head right now, then you have definitely come to the right place.
Because that's exactly what we're going to tackle today. We're going to walk through this powerful and honestly kind of fun practice routine that is designed to help you make real, noticeable progress. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about what it actually means to speak with confidence. Then, we'll get into the good stuff, a 4-step practice method. After that, we'll see it in action and master a conversation together. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with the real secret, the key to fluency.
All right, let's jump right into section 1. Let's talk about our main goal here, speaking English with confidence.
It's so important to get this straight. True fluency isn't some kind of vocabulary contest. It's not about memorizing a dictionary. It's really about being able to use the words you already know, but with ease and with clarity. That's our target, because that's where genuine confidence is born.
So how do we get there? Well, that brings us right to the core of this whole thing, a super simple, structured 4-step method for practice.
And here they are. What's so great about this is how logical it is. This isn't just a random to-do list, right? Each step builds perfectly on the one before it. It's a system that takes you from just passively listening all the way to actively speaking. Think of it like a focused workout, but for your English skills.
Okay, theory is great, but how does this actually work in the real world? Let's find out. We're going to walk through it together and master a simple conversation.
And to make it really practical, we're going to use a scenario you've probably been in, just a quick little chat at the office. This will help us see these 4 steps in action and really understand why they work so well.
All right, here we go. Step 1, listening practice. For this part, your only job is to relax and just listen. Seriously, don't stress about catching every single word. We're just trying to get the general vibe, the main idea of what's going on.
Perfect. See? Easy enough? Now that we've got the context, let's jump into step 2, which is all about vocabulary. We're going to pull out just a couple of key phrases from the conversation and make sure we know exactly what they mean.
Okay, first up is this phrase, in charge of. You hear this one all the time. When you're in charge of something, it just means it's your responsibility. You're the one managing it. So in our little office chat, we find out Sarah is now in charge of the project. Next, we've got the word leading. Pretty straightforward, right? To lead is to guide people, to show them what to do. So before Sarah was in charge, it was Mr. Brown who was leading the team. Simple, but super useful.
And our last one for today is deadline. Oh man, you will hear this word everywhere, especially at work. A deadline is just that final time or date something has to be done. No exceptions. And for this project, that deadline is this Friday.
Okay, deep breath, because now we get to the most important part. Step 3, listen and answer. This is where the real work and the real progress happens. It's time to actually practice speaking. So I'm going to ask a question, and I really want you to say the answer out loud. Trust me, this is the fast track to getting fluent.
You ready? Okay, first question. Go ahead and say it out loud. Who is in charge of the project now? Did you get it? The answer is Sarah is in charge of the project. Awesome job!
All right, let's do one more. Ready? When is the deadline? Say it nice and clear.
And the answer is, the deadline is Friday. Every single time you do this, actually say the words out loud, you're building these little pathways in your brain. It's what makes the language really stick.
And that brings us to our final step, step 4, which is called shadowing. This technique is a total game changer. It's simple. You listen to a native speaker and you repeat exactly what they say, like you're their shadow. You try to copy everything, the sounds, the rhythm, the music of their voice.
And here's why it's so incredibly powerful. Shadowing helps you build up muscle memory, but for your mouth and your tongue. It literally trains you to make the sounds of English more naturally. So you're not just learning words anymore, you're learning the music of the language. And believe me, that does wonders for your confidence.
All right, we're at the home stretch, section 4. This is where we put it all together and talk about the single most important part of this whole method.
And here it is. The big secret is repetition. That's it. It's the absolute key. You see, this isn't like just passively watching a movie. This 4-step cycle makes you do something. You have to engage. And doing this every day, even for just a few minutes, is what builds that real, lasting fluency.
where speaking finally starts to feel effortless.
So there you have it. You've got a clear, super effective method right in your hands. The only thing left to ask is, what are you going to practice with today? Go find a short conversation, start now, stick with it, and I promise you, you are going to be amazed at your progress.